Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, or you can call me Chris, and today we have a lot to do. I know I say that every day, but we have a lot to do every single day. Today is kind of special though. I had a shave prepared with the RazoRock switch because I want to develop some shavette type dexterity, but lo and behold, the RazoRock Hawk version 3 came, which I ordered about 2 weeks ago. The Corona is caused madness with shipping, international shipping anyway. And it is a nice looking razor. $59.99 for all stainless is pretty cool. It came with this handle, and immediately when I get one of these handles, I take it off and I replace it with what's called, I think they're 2-piece halo handle. It's 2 pieces so you can screw off that bottom. I just like this handle. It's my favorite RazoRock handle. Sometimes you can get the Hawk with this handle, but at the time I ordered, you could not. And so I just ordered the handle separately. And then I'll use this handle like for one of the Yaki razors, or, you know, one of the razors I have a head for, but no handle. Anyway, RazoRock Hawk version 3. This will be the maiden voyage. And we're going to, well, first let's show you the, here's the original Hawk. And I want to show you a little bit the differences in the heads there. As you can see, the Hawk version 3 has been slimmed down quite a bit. And I had a stainless version of the original Hawk, but the head was so big, it was cumbersome, and I didn't care for it. This one does not feel cumbersome, so I'm very excited about that. Here's the version 2 Hawk, and as you can see, again, the version 3 Hawk is slimmed down quite a bit, so it does not feel cumbersome. Now, these two are aluminum, so they're not going to be heavy under any circumstance, but the stainless steel heads with a razor this big tend to feel cumbersome. Let's go ahead and talk about the soap we're going to use today, which is also cool. This is TOBS Royal Forest, which is basically Crete Aventus scent. Terrific, absolutely terrific. It is $16.99 in most places here in the US for 5.29 ounces, and that is $3.21 on our chart, which is a good price. And I like TOBS creams. A lot of people rip on them, but I think they are very good quality creams. I've never had any problems with TOBS creams, and this one is a killer scent. Scent strength, I'd call it about a 6 to 6.5. And there is a look, well, you can't see it, at the cream. That smells fantastic. We're also going to be using a new Simpson brush. This is the Trafalgar T3, which runs about usually between $26 and $30. This is the Simpson budget offering. I've had a love-hate relationship with Simpson because of their synthetics. Originally, I bought a Chubby 2 synthetic. I liked it, and then I tried other synthetics and realized I did not like it at all, and I had a number of them, and I got rid of them. Then I tried the Classic. It was terrible. The problem with Simpson synthetics tend to be that they don't splay well, and you have to put so much pressure on them that when you do, it pushes the lather back towards the handle, and we all want the lather to be in the bulb or the working end of the knot. Recently, I had tried the Simfix brush, which is a Simpson Volfix brush, and this was supposed to be 25 millimeters. And look at this Plisson knot is 22. And as you can see there, the working end of the Plisson knot actually looks bigger than this 25 millimeter knot. And this one worked okay, but still, by today's standard, not a very good synthetic brush. Just not. So I'm hoping that this one will not have the Chubby 2 problem. This is the Trafalgar T3 again, 26 millimeter knot. I'm hoping it will go better. And if it doesn't, I'm liable to take to a tangent because, you know, Simpson, a company that's been around that long, should be making a good synthetic at this point. So we're going to hope that this is good. And if it's not, we're not going to like it. But, you know, hey, sometimes we take flyers, and I don't trust it. And I'm going to show you a picture of the brush right there. You see in these cracks, in these cracks, there was like some stuff I had to dig out with like a pin. That's the way it came to me. You look at the picture there. It just doesn't, it did not set things off on the right foot. I'm loading a Feather Professional Super Blade into the Hawk here, and then we'll see how this goes. We were hoping for a tremendous shave with the Hawk today, but never have used it. I'm excited to use it. I love stainless steel razors. There is a look at it with the blade in. And so again, so let's get some moisture on the face. Before I do that, let me set these other razors aside real quick. Stand by. And all right, here we go. Let's apply a little moisture. Then we'll roll with a little bit of pre-shave just because I'm trying to use it. This is the RazoRock Lime. Just trying to use it every shave to use it up. I don't need to use it, like it's not required, but may as well use it if you own it, the way I look at it. And it makes your hands tremendously slick. I will tell you that right now. So make sure you have a cloth nearby. We're going to get into a lot of things today during the video, so I hope you will stick around. All right, let's wet this. Well, but first of all, let's wet the brush, and I've got some cream in the bowl, so we will load up first while we're talking. I had the pleasure of talking to Johan yesterday of Shave and Butcher. He called me, and we had a nice conversation. We're just shooting the breeze. What a nice guy he is, and a great channel. Very funny. And I find that watch a few of his videos, and you'll sort of get to know his sense of humor. Don't just watch one. Make sure you watch a few, because I really like his channel. It's one of those channels that I watch. He's an avid shavette and straight razor shaver, and we had an excellent conversation. I also talked to Jim Combs, and we had a nice conversation as well, just about the community and just, you know, making videos and talking about gear, and absolutely a wonderful guy as well. So please go check out Jim's channel, Jim Combs. And if you have not subbed to those guys, I would ask that you consider giving them a sub. And I would also ask that if you're here watching this video and you like these videos, please consider giving me a sub as well. And I don't think people understand that when you subscribe and when you interact with comments and likes, it helps these videos get recommended, and that helps grow our hobby, because when someone is searching for things, you'll see those recommended videos. And I think that the more you interact and the more you like the videos, the better chance the chance these videos get recommended to other people when they're looking for gear or wet shaving stuff, and people who may not know about this channel or sometimes even this hobby. And so please consider subscribing. We will be having a giveaway when we hit 5,000. Again, I have about a little over 8,000 on my old channel, and I want all of you people to come over here and subscribe, because we're going to be doing good, positive content. We're not talking politics. We're just talking shave gear, and, you know, just fun, just having fun. No bubbles, no troubles. By the way, the Simpson brush for that lather, for the first edition of lathering here, was not bad. It's, I would say you have to put a little more pressure than you would on some knots, but it's not so bad that it's irritating me. So I am hoping that I will continue to like it. Okay, let's get into our first few strokes with our Hawk. And this feels, if you have a version 1, the original stainless Hawk, you know how hefty and cumbersome that razor felt, and that's why I let it go. This one does not. It is far more nimble. I can tell you that just by memory. That's nice. That's nice. The head on this has been slimmed down quite a bit. My hat is off to Joe and Michael, I believe, from RazoRock, for continuing to make these things, and most importantly, keeping them affordable, because, you know, as much as we all like the most expensive gear sometimes, we also love when gear is accessible to more people. I do. I'm a big advocate for budget gear, and $59 for an all stainless razor would be in the budget category for certain. That is an excellent price. And you will not find very many, in fact, you probably won't find any stainless steel Artist Club style razors for this price. That it's absolutely terrific. The aggression on this with the super blade, For me, feels about medium right now. But it feels good, far more nimble. I'm really enjoying that. Now keep in mind, I'll just tell you straight, when you first get a new razor, your tendency is to like it. You know, we'll come back down to earth at some point. But honestly, comparing this to the old stainless I had, the version 1, it's a night and day improvement. It just feels far more nimble and less cumbersome. The cream is very good, and that's what it's going to be. TOBS quality, which is quite good in my opinion, and it comes at a good cost, and the scent is fantastic. If you have not tried this cream, or you love Creative Intent scent and you love TOBS, this is going to be a winner for you. It's a winner for me, I can tell you that. I love the scent. Yeah, this razor with the super blade feels medium aggressive. They have different offerings. They also have an open comb plate, and I believe they have some in stock. So it will take time to arrive to you, depending on where you are. This took a little over 2 weeks. But man, what a price. And Joe said that he released it for that price because, you know, he realizes a lot of people are struggling with COVID-19 and people aren't working, and just wanted to make it a little bit more affordable. But honestly, that is sort of the RazoRock way. And I like that because it brings options to people who can't necessarily afford, you know, a $250 Artist Club style razor. The razor that this most compares to would be obviously your Mongoose or the Vector from Blackland, which is way more expensive, but it has a very narrow head and is a wonderful razor. I like that razor a lot, but it's so doggone expensive, you know. Okay, let's get some more cream and see how. So honestly, with this Simpson Trafalgar brush here, I'm pleasantly surprised that it's, you see, I'm still getting some lather down towards the handle, but that's okay. I'm not having to push so hard that it's annoying. I'm pushing harder than I normally would, there's no question. So this brush will give, it sort of has the feel, I think you're going to come away feeling that it has a little more backbone, if you want to call it that, than your typical synthetic, like your cashmere knot or some of those we've been talking about recently. So if you like a little more scrubby, this is actually not bad. I am pleasantly surprised because I was on the phone with So Sharp David Gonzalez earlier, and I was telling him, if this brush is bad, I'm going to throw it across the room. Because I wasn't literally going to do that, but I'm going to be so frustrated because there's no reason that a brush maker like Simpson should be making brushes at this point that don't splay well. Now, I will say, if you're used to the softest of brushes splaying, it's not going to splay as easily. So keep that in mind. But if you want a little more scrub, this Trafalgar T3, between $26 and $30, not bad, I would say. Not bad. Great? No. But not bad. I would say pleasantly surprised that it's not on my nerves. I know that's not high praise, but I've had so many problems with the Simpson synthetics, and sometimes, quite frankly, it made me feel like some of these brush makers, the old school ones that make a lot of money on Badger, don't want to sell nice synthetics because they want people to buy them, because we all know synthetic knots are dirt cheap. And so you can't really raise the price of those brushes. But that's just my opinion. That is only me talking. But I am pleasantly surprised by this. So we will have to evaluate it further, but I will say it's not bad. It is, by Simpson standard of synthetic, pretty good, I would say. Yeah, this razor is got some decent efficiency to it. I would call it medium. It feels so much better than the aluminum to me, the version 2. Honestly, I don't like aluminum razors that much. Sometimes when it's the only offering that's available, I'll get it because I don't have a choice. But if I have a choice between aluminum and like brass or stainless steel or something like that, I will choose brass or stainless. But the drawback of that is If it's a big razor with a big head, if it's stainless, it can be actually too heavy. And that was the problem with the version 1 stainless Hawk, in my opinion. It just became too cumbersome. This razor does not suffer from that, fortunately, and that makes me really happy. That's great. I want to also mention another channel today, Old Schooler, EJ Trinidad. We go way, way back, and like he said on his video today, I'll link his channel below, we didn't always agree on everything. And you know, you're going to have that when you're sort of growing up in the community, let's say, and when we're all making content and we're sort of figuring out how to do it. And there's a lot of disagreements, and back in that time, a lot of people just didn't like each other. It's a much more pleasant environment now. The community now is so much more positive. It's crazy. And so I am glad to see EJ back. And I hope you'll keep making videos. EJ is also a Patreon supporter, so thank you, EJ. And also, thanks for coming back. We need some old schoolers. As I was mentioning in my video the other day, there's not that many people. You know, of course, there's Geo and Mantic and Paul H. But there's not that many people from, 7 years ago still making videos. There are some. So Sharp David came along a little bit after we started. But there's not that many. And so it's good to see an old schooler back in the game. So EJ, good to see you back, and I hope you're doing well. I was checking out one of his videos yesterday. And so go check him out. And all these guys, if you would, if you like their stuff, give them a sub. In my viewpoint on, mentioning some channels won't mention other channels because they feel competitive. I do not. I feel like a rising tide lifts all ships, as I've been saying, and I like to mention channels that are positive, and they're also helping other channels, and they're helping the viewers, most importantly, putting out good information. And so I'm happy to mention them. And Johan was telling me yesterday, he said, all of a sudden I got 8 new subscribers, and he said, I knew it was you. And so that he called me, and that was a great conversation. And thank you all for going over and subbing. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And I think you're going to find that Johan's channel is a lot of fun. And I hope that he and the rest of the Diamond Dave and the Swedish Three will be around for a long time. I've been mentioning them a lot. Diamond Dave Carve and the Swedish Three. Someone said in the comments, which I found hilarious, they're going to be an ABBA tribute band, which I thought was great. And so those guys are fantastic. All right, let's add a little bit of water. So the Simpson brush has not let me down. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't want to go overboard because I want to use it more before I decide. But I am cautiously optimistic, subject to change, but I may have to use this in one hand and another brush in another hand just to compare them. Display and all, but right now, cautiously optimistic. I wanted to mention, by the way, DK, Blackbeard, as I like to call him, did a blindfold shave. With that beard, it's pretty difficult. I found one of the most difficult things when I did it was going around the mustache and goatee, and he's got a big beard, and doing that top part looked pretty difficult. So he did that, so his shave fu is strong, and he said, I questioned his shave fu, and he had to do it. Well, that's great, and I enjoyed it. It's just fun, folks. We're just having a good time, and that's really what it's all about. And we thank every one of you who are watching, and we mean that. Also wanted to mention I had to ask about nicknames for Jack. I've gotten some good ones. Kraken Jack, pretty good. Someone said he looked like Jimmy Neutron. So go look up Jimmy Neutron. I thought that was pretty funny. Also, someone said Jack the Groom Reaper, because Groom Room, that's pretty cool. So we're still working on nicknames for Jack from the Virtual Groom Room. So if you have any, put them below. Nothing, don't be trolling. We're joking. This is in good fun. I don't want to hear, I don't want any obscene or any ridiculous stuff, because this is fun. And we want to keep it that way. And poor Jack has, he's, he makes a video and he has a certain thing in mind and then people take it the wrong way. And I'm like, welcome to the club. I've been there. I'm the king of that, So, but anyway, he's trying his best. And he's doing a good job as far as I'm concerned. So check out Jack at the Virtual Groom Room, or Jimmy Neutron, or Kraken Jack, or, Cactus Jack. We have a lot of room to work, I think, with that. And I'm sorry the video is going long here, but we had new stuff and stuff to talk about, and I'm trying to get it done. This razor is actually feeling pretty aggressive. I would call it easily medium. Maybe, and even within medium, you have a range: low medium, high medium. For me, I'm thinking it's on the mid to upper side of medium, because I'm definitely feeling some blade, but it's feeling good so far. Now this is the super blade, so next time I'll try a regular pro just to see how it feels. But my initial impressions, and that's all one could give on one use of a razor, is you cannot completely evaluate a razor based on one shave. But initial impressions, favorable, feels pretty aggressive with a super blade. So there is that. Okay, let me rinse off. We'll come back and get to the post. Stay tuned. And all right, here we are with our Lancaster RazoRock towel. And I would say the maiden voyage with the Hawk V3 was good. I came away feeling like, initially, I thought it was low medium, but I came away thinking like medium high, sort of the high range of medium, because I was, feeling that blade. That is a Feather Professional Super, which is supposed to be their most aggressive blade. So take it for what it's worth. But initial impressions, quite good. Now, I will say, for a razor that is $60, all stainless, you're not going to expect perfection on the finish. So keep that in mind. But mine looks good. Nothing that bothers me for a razor of that price. The Simpson Trafalgar T3, I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to have to use it more, but I'm cautiously optimistic. The TOBS Royal Forest, excuse me. If you like TOBS and Creative Venice, get it. It's quite good. We're going to finish off today with Fine Platinum, which again, this does not hang around like the old ones do. It's just plain and simple. It doesn't. I've talked to other people who have the same feelings. I don't know what has happened, but some of the fine offerings, like the original bottles, would just hang around, and some of the ones now don't. I still like them, but they're of little less value to me than they used to be, because I used to really appreciate that longevity that in this one just isn't there. But, I fix it with the Armoff Club de Nuit, a couple of bursts of that and they're good to go. All right, we're going to wrap it up because we're already at 25 minutes. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for your support. And remember, if you haven't subbed, please consider giving me a sub, hit the thumbs up, and make a comment below. Tell me what you like and what you'd like to see. I really appreciate your support as always. I can't thank you enough. Until next time, I want to remind you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.